son, who was the president of ARRL. All right, question number 2. Which famous TV news anchor was an amateur radio licensee? Was it A, Harry Reasoner, B, Douglas Edwards, C, David Brinkley, or D, Walter Cronkite? And question number 3. A well-known radio and early television personality was also known as K4LIB on the amateur bands. Who was this personality? A, Kate Smith, B, Freeman Gosden, C, Arthur Godfrey, or D, Lowell Thomas? Trivia questions for tonight. I will reread the trivia questions after we take the check-ins, and before we go back to get the trivia answers. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly and phonetically using standard ITU phonetics, along with your name and location. Stations unable to check in on the air may do so by using the check-in link at uarc.m4lx.com. Alrighty, we will start taking check-ins tonight from the Tuscaloosa node. Do we have any check-ins from the Tuscaloosa node? Please call now.
November 8th, Golf Victor Fox, NHBF, Mark, and Kilowatt Charlie 8 Zulu Tango Hotel, KCHCTH, Laura. No traffic, and I'll skip trivia tonight. All time.
Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Mike November, Josh in Tuscaloosa. Kilo India 5, Hotel Victor, Connor in Tuscaloosa.
Okay, K4CWW, Charlie Wobbly, Tuscaloosa.
Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo November Mike. Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo November Mike, Scott, Newmarket.
Kilo Juliet 7 Juliet Bravo Alpha, Annika in Tuscaloosa.
Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Uniform Alpha, KO4 EUH, out here in Tuscaloosa with no traffic.
Kilo Mike 4, Juliet Alpha Kilo, David in Tuscaloosa.
Get a break there and try to catch up. I'll have to get. I got Mark and Laura in there. I was trying to get my pen to work, so I'm gonna have to go back and fill their call signs in, but I've got them here. Also, I got get these filled in. Okay. I had a Josh in Tuscaloosa, I believe. I did not catch your call sign. I think when you keyed up, it cut off the first part of your transmission. Can you give me your call sign one more time, please?
Yeah, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Mike November, Josh in Tuscaloosa. Over.
We got you in there that time, Josh. All right. Next on my list, I believe is, see if I had your call sign here. I don't. Also, the same thing on Connor. I didn't get your whole call sign. Can you repeat your call sign one more time for me, please, Connor?
Yeah, Kilo India 5 Hotel Victor Connor.
Next, I got K4CWW Perry and Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo November Mike Scott in Newmarket. And then there was a Monica Kilo Juliet 7. Can you give me your suffix or give me your call sign one more time, please, Monica?
It's Kilo Juliet 7, Juliet Bravo Alpha, Monica in Tuscaloosa.
Got you in there now, Monica. I was just too slow to get it written down. Kilo Juliet 7, Juliet Bravo Alpha, Monica. All right. And next is Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Uniform Alpha. Yeah, Chad. Can't read my own writing here. And Kilo Mike 4, Juliet Alpha Kilo David. Any other check-ins from the Tuscaloosa node, please call now. Well, that was a good turnout from Tuscaloosa tonight. Let's see how we're doing in Birmingham. Let's do check-ins from the Birmingham node. Please call now.
This is K4 VHF, Curtis and Pinson.
Kilo Delta 4 Golf Sierra, Jimbo and Shelby County.
Kilo Golf 4, Victor Yankee Delta in Bibb County. And I'm going to be in and out, just called us up.
And Whiskey 3 November Hotel.
Kilo 4 Delta X.
This is. This is Kilo Victor 4 Sierra, Russell and Chelsea.
The one right before W3 and H, it was in and out. Can you give me your call sign one more time, please? I was a little too slow getting it all written down. And it was going to be in and out. Can you give me your call sign one more time and name and location again, please? Three and H. Do you remember who? Do you know who that was that called in right before you? I got Kilo Golf 4, I believe, and then I didn't get the suffix or the name and location.
Well, it was Buddy in Briarfield, but I can't remember his call. But it's Buddy. I know that much. Curtis, you remember his call?
I don't know. Whoever's in there will probably know, though. It could have been KD4GS or KD4VYD.
VYD, that was Buddy. He got a call to supper, so that's who you're looking for. I think I don't remember the prefix, but that's him. Sorry.
think it was Kilo Golf 4 or Kilo Golf Foxtrot 4? I got Kilo Golf Foxtrot written down, but I didn't get the letter or the suffix.
It is Kilo Golf 4, Victor Yankee Delta, KG4VYD.
I got it now. And I got you in there, Owen, W3 and H, and Kilo 4 Delta X-Ray. Any additional check-ins from the Birmingham area, please call now.
That would be Kilo 4 Delta X-Ray Yankee, K4DXY.
Got that correction. Alrighty, any additional check-ins from the Birmingham area, please call now.
This is Kilo Victor 4 Sierra, Russell and Chelsea.
This is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot with University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Sounds like didn't hear any additional calls from the Birmingham area, so we'll move on up to the Huntsville area. Do we have any check-ins from the Huntsville area? Please call now. Russell, sorry, I don't know if I acknowledged you. Any check-ins from the Huntsville area? Please call now.
I call.
November 4 station, the real scratchy. Can you give me your call sign one more time and name and location? Maybe I can try to pull it out of the mud there.
Kilo
Delta Papa, KN4 MPT, Tony, and Owen Road.
Got Kilo November 4, Mike, Delta Papa, Tony, and Owens Crossroads. I should have flipped over to reverse. I could probably heard you better through reverse than I could on the repeater. Probably closer to me than you are the repeater. And then there was another station, I believe it was Howard, that doubled with you there. Howard, can you come back with your call sign again, please?
Roger, W4 LMG, Whiskey 4 Lima Mike Golf. Just in and out, my battery's dying.
Got W4 LMG in there, and also got Kilo November 4 Mike Delta Pop in there. Any other check-ins from the Huntsville area, please call now. All right, we'll move on down to any check-ins from any other location, any check-ins, any mode, anywhere. Please call now.
Right, Jay, just slightly late.
Alpha 4, Alpha Quebec Whiskey. Handlers Carl, Charlie Alpha Romeo Lima, QTH, Maryville, Illinois.
Whiskey 5, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo. Whiskey 5, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo. Frank in Northport, Alabama.
We've got another station trying to check in. Go ahead.
Whiskey 5, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo. Frank in Northport, Alabama.
Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie, KC4, ZYC, Howard in Beloit, Wisconsin. Roll Tide.
Recognizes W5, Fox Bravo Bravo, Frank in Northport, and KC4 ZYC, Howard in, I didn't get the town, but in Wisconsin. Beloit, I guess how you say that. Alrighty. Any additional check-ins? Any call sign anywhere? Please call now.
KE4HA, Decatur. Name is Jim.
Indicator, give me your call sign one more time. Press the push talk and wait just a couple seconds. The first part of your call got cut off.
Roger, calls KE4HA, Kilo Echo 4 Hotel America. Name is Jim, Juliet India Mike, in Decatur, Alabama.
I got out of that first time was the location, apparently. I had the name wrong, too. All right, I got you in there. Kilo Echo 4 Hotel Alpha in Jim in Decatur. Any other check-ins from any location, please call now. We'll hold up or stop there for now, and maybe we'll get some late check-ins a little later, but I'll check on that in a little while. This is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot, Billy with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. I'm going to reread the trivia questions, and then we'll go back up here to the top of the list and take answers to the trivia questions and any comments. All right, question number 1. What U.S. president's son was president of the ARRL? A, Herbert Hoover, B, FDR, C, Dwight Eisenhower, or D, Richard Nixon when he was vice president? Which famous TV news anchor was an amateur radio licensee? A, Harry Reasoner, B, Douglas Edwards, C, David Brinkley, or D, Walter Cronkite? Question number 3. A very well-known radio and early television personality was also known as K4LIB on the amateur bands. Who was this personality? A, Kate Smith, B, Freeman Gosden, C, you read my paper here, Arthur Godfrey, or D, Lowell Thomas? Alrighty, this is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. First on my list tonight was Mark, but I think he said he might be short time. Are you still with us, Mark? N8 GVF, are you with us? I thought him and Laura were both short time tonight, so skip on down to Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Mike November. Josh, how are you tonight, Josh?
Hey, good evening to the net, KM4YMN. Trivia, let's see here. I'm going to say Herbert Hoover, Godfrey for the last one, I think, and I don't remember the other one. Don't care. Roll Tide, that's what I care about adding to the trivia pool. I hope everyone is having a good evening. We kind of had a sneak preview of fall weather over here in Tuscaloosa. Sunny, beautiful weather. Not humid, at least in the late afternoon. At least not humid for me. Some out-of-town students were complaining about how it was hot and humid and felt like a jungle, but better than August, in my opinion. Not much else to report here. I have a unlicensed future operator shortly to be a technician. That can I hand it over to him to have some comments for the net? Can we go to him real quick before you switch over to the next station? Over.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, this is Ian from New Jersey.
Hello, I'm Ian. How's everybody tonight?
Welcome to the net, Ian. Hopefully we'll hear you on here more often when you get licensed. And glad to hear you on, and looking forward to hearing you in the future.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to get my license and become an operator.
All righty. Well, we're looking forward to it, and glad to hear you on. And don't ever be afraid to talk. That's one of the things a lot of people, when they first get licensed, are scared to get on the radio and talk. But we won't bite, I promise. All right. Thanks, Josh, for bringing Ian on the radio tonight. And thanks for checking in with us. I got you down for Alpha, Charlie, and a Roll Tide. All right, next on my list is Kilo India 5, Hotel Victor.
KI5, HHV, Connor. I have no comments to say. For trivia, I'm going to put down, I don't know, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and just give a nice Roll Tide.
Alrighty, Connor, I got you down for Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and a Roll Tide. Thanks for checking in with us, and thanks for your trivia questions or trivia answers. All right, next on my list is K4CWW, Perry. How are you tonight, Perry?
Okay, K4CWW. Believe it or not, I've been digressing and getting distracted. So all this I remember, let's see, Calvin Coolidge's son, and Walter Cronkite, and Arthur Godfrey. Those are, what? Oh, well, never mind. I'm just going to cover that with a hearty Roll Tide, okay? That's papers that over. Okay, thanks, Billy. Keep on keeping on, K4CWW.
All right, well, I'm completely and totally confused because the answer you gave me for number one wasn't even on here. It was A, Herbert Hoover, B, FDR, or C, Dwight Eisenhower, or D, Richard Nixon. So I'm not sure where you got Coolidge out of that, but which one did you want to pick?
Herbert Hoover. I don't know. It took so long to get around to me. I went to sleep. No, I'm sorry. You're doing fine. We are digressing. You know how it is.
You said for the TV anchor, was that? Did you say? I can't remember which ones you said on that one, or for the personality. I'm sorry.
Well, let me see. You had Walter Cronkite in there, so I think he's one of them, and Arthur Godfrey, I think he's the other one, whatever the question was.
I got you now. I got you Alpha, Delta, Charlie, and I don't remember if you gave me a Roll Tide or not.
certainly did. I'll give you another one, though. Roll Tide, man, roll.
Thank you, Perry. I was pretty sure you did, but I was trying to write stuff down and got sidetracked there. Alrighty, thanks for checking in with us, Perry, and have fun down there. Sounds like y'all are having a good evening down there. Alrighty, next on my list is, which he was a little out of turn, but we'll go ahead and let him by with it. Scott, Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo November Mike. Four, RNM, are you still with us? Yes, he must have stepped out. I'll check him again when we get back to Huntsville area. Maybe he be back on then. All right, next is, I don't believe I've ever checked her in before, Kilo Juliet 7, Juliet Bravo Alpha, Monica. How are you tonight, Monica?
This is KJ7JBA Annika. I honestly didn't really hear the trivia questions, but I'll just say Alpha Bravo Alpha and roll tide.
Make sure I'm correct here. Is the name Monica or Annika? I couldn't tell that last time you gave it to me.
Oh, it's Annika, so Monica without the M.
I thought that's what I heard that last time. Sorry about that. I thought I heard him the first time, but I definitely didn't that time, so got it corrected. And I got you down for Alpha Bravo Alpha and a roll tide. Thanks for checking in with us, and hope to hear you in the future. This is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot, Billy with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Next on my list is Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Uniform Alpha, Chad. How are you tonight, Chad? For EUA, you still with us? All right, sounds like we must have lost Chad, or we'll come back. Maybe he'll check back in later. All right, next on my list is Kilo Mike 4, Juliet Alpha Kilo, David. How are you tonight, David?
It's Cam4JK. Good evening, Billy. Good evening to the net. I'm doing pretty good. Sitting up here in the radio club with the other students here. For a trivia question, I really don't have any idea, but I'm going to go with Alpha Charlie Delta because sounds like what Perry went with, and he seems like a pretty smart guy. So I'll finish it with a roll tide and back to the net.
All right, David. Well, actually, Perry went with Alpha Delta Charlie. So you don't do the same as Perry, or do you want to go with Alpha Charlie Delta?
Oh, well, in that case, we'll go with Alpha Delta Charlie. Thanks. And a roll tide.
You got you down for Alpha Delta Charlie and roll tide. Thanks for checking in with us tonight, David. All right, next on my list, I think that was all of the Tuscaloosa check-ins. So next on my list, we'll move on down to Birmingham, and it's Kilo 4, Victor Hotel, Foxtrot, Curtis there, and I think Pinson. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct. K4 VHF. Let me go with Alpha Bravo Charlie on the trivia questions. K4 VHF.
Curtis, I got you down for Alpha Bravo Charlie. Thanks for checking in with us tonight. KD4 Golf Sierra, Jimbo. How are you tonight, Jimbo?
Good evening, Billy, and everyone in the net. Thank you for calling, Annette. And then Roll Tide. And I'm an Alabamian, and I'm used to it, but I'll tell you, out there about 2 hours with the weed whacker going around the trees, it was warm out there. And with only a 2% probability of getting any one of them right, I'm going to go with Alpha Bravo Charlie. KD4GS back to net control.
Alrighty, Jimbo. Yeah, I agree with you. I had to go do some weed eating after work today, and weed eated about 1.5 acres, and it was around the fence line, and it was warm out there. I'll agree. Alrighty, next on my list is Buddy, KG4VYD. How are you tonight? Oh, Buddy was in and out. Are you back? Are you back with us, Buddy? Or are you still out eating? Buddy's still eating dinner. All right, next on my list is W3&H, the one and only Owen.
I thought Dave was ahead of me. Maybe not. Okay, I need to reread.
About time for one of those anyway, so I'll go ahead and give another read of the questions here. All right, question number 1. What U.S. president's son was also the president of the ARRL? Herbert Hoover, FDR, Dwight Eisenhower, or Richard Nixon when he was vice president? Number 2, which famous TV news anchor was an amateur radio licensee? Was it A, Harry Reasoner, B, Douglas Edwards, C, David Brinkley, or D, Walter Cronkite? Question number 3. A very well-known radio and early television personality was also known as Kilo 4 Lima India Bravo on the amateur bands. Who was this personality? A, Kate Smith, B, Freeman Gosden, C, Arthur Godfrey, or D, Lowell Thomas?
All right, well, here goes nothing. Roll Tide, Charlie, Delta, Charlie. Now, nobody on here younger than me has a clue who Arthur Godfrey is, so I'll tell them. All our young listeners over in Tuscaloosa. Arthur Godfrey was a musician, a comedian, and an announcer, as he indicated. He did 2 songs, which I remember, My Little Grass Shack. He played the ukulele. And also he did a less remembered song called The Too Fat Polka. And I've got a copy of it. It's You Can Have Her, I Don't Want Her, She's Too Fat for Me. That song would not be politically correct these days, but it was very well played on the radio back then. So that's why I picked Arthur. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But Roll Tide, Charlie, Delta, Charlie.
Radio, and I got you down for Charlie, Delta, Charlie, and a Roll Tide. Thanks for being there, and thanks for the insight on Arthur. I've actually heard that song myself, but I didn't really put 2 and 2 together of who it actually was singing it. But I have heard of Arthur. I just didn't realize that was his song. All right, this is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot. Billy with the with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Got my nets confused there. And next on my list is 4DXY, Dave in Center Point. How are you tonight, Dave?
Hey, good evening, everybody. Well, I wish I was doing better. I've had back pain for about a week. Hoping to get over that pretty soon so I can get started on this new 6-meter antenna. Light working on them antennas. Anyway, that's about it for me. Just a lot of pain. But anyway, to the trivia questions. I don't have a clue, but I'm going to try Delta, Delta, Alpha. Big roll tide, and back to net. Have a good night.
Dave, well, I hope you get over your back pain. Yeah, I've been suffering from a little of that myself. I don't know what I did, but I've been having some trouble with it myself. Hopefully I can get healed up. I got to quit lifting and pulling on stuff, and re-injuring it or making it hurt again, and maybe it'll get better. All righty, I got you down for Delta, Delta, Alpha, and a roll tide. All right, next on my list is Kilo Victor 4 Sierra, Russell. How are you tonight, Russell?
Well, hey, good evening to the net. Thanks for taking my check-in. Not a ton of stuff going on. We're winding down this week. Had a good bit of rain from the Ida storm that came through. No power outages, thankfully. I had a few coworkers that lost power thanks to Ida, but nothing to report really in this area. My fight with the army worms continue, and trying to get the grass to not completely die off, which it may be too late in some areas, but we've only got a month or so left before it dies anyway with the type of grass I got, so I don't guess it's a total loss for the year. And we've got if my calendar's right, we've got a football game coming up Saturday, and I think all of our favorite team is going to be playing. So looking forward to that. Roll Tide. So I'm going to go with Charlie Delta Charlie on my trivia answers. Charlie Delta Charlie, and of course a Roll Tide. And I'll turn it back to Net Control. This is KV4S, Russell in Chelsea, Alabama.
All righty, Russell. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and thanks for your comments and your trivia answers. I got you down for Charlie Delta Charlie and a Roll Tide, and hope to hear you in again next week. And I am looking forward to the Alabama game myself. All right, next on my list, Kilo November 4, Mike Delta Papa.
Okay, thanks, Billy. Trying out my radio here with a little short antenna that I got at the Hempfest. Seeing how well it works out at 5 watts. And anyway, for the trivia question, I'm going to say David Charlie. And back to Net Control. Roll Tide.
He sounded good that time. He was a little scratchy in there the first time when I checked you in, but sounded really good that time. No problem whatsoever. And I got you down for Delta Delta Charlie and a Roll Tide. Thanks for checking in with us tonight. Whiskey 4 Lima Mike Golf. Howard, how are you tonight? W4 LMG, are you still with us?
Whiskey 4, Lima Mike Golf. Yeah, my battery is dying on this thing, so I better get out. So. Roll Tide.
Alrighty, Howard. Well, thanks for checking in with us. Next on my list is Whiskey Alpha 4, Alpha Quebec Whiskey. Carl up there in Maryville. How are you tonight, Carl?
KM4 Bravo Golf Foxtrot and the net. This is WA4AQW. Good evening, Billy, and good evening to all on frequency. We got a nice large group tonight. We have a real nice late summer day here in Maryville. Not too hot, partially clouded, and we didn't get any rain, so it's kind of drying out here, which is good for a while. We had quite a bit up there earlier last week. Surprised nobody else. Well, only one station mentioned the upcoming football game. We're getting ready for it here. We'll have a watch party. A lot of snacks, food, party mix, all that stuff, and we'll be ready to root for the Roll Tide group here this Saturday. It's going to be a good game, and we're kind of waiting for the season to start, and we'll be pushing for the Tide. As far as the trivia goes, we'll go with Alpha Bravo Charlie. Alpha Bravo Charlie and the Roll Tide. So, back to the net. This is WA4AQW.
Hey, Carl. Well, yep, I'm looking forward to football getting started back, and looking forward to some cooler weather, too. Hopefully it'll start cooling off soon. And got you down for Alpha Bravo Charlie and a Roll Tide. Thanks for being there, Carl. Next on my list is, if I can read my own writing here, I think it was W5 Fox Bravo Bravo Frank in Northport.
Good evening to you, Billy, and the net. As far as the trivia goes, I'm going to go with Delta, Charlie, Delta. But main thing is Roll Tide Roll. 73 to the net. And y'all have a good evening. This is W5 FCB.
Frank, I got you down for Delta, Charlie, Delta, and a Roll Tide. Thanks for being there tonight. Next on my list is KC4 ZYC Howard in I still can't figure out how to say it. Beloit, is that correct, Howard?
Hey there, Billy. Good evening to you, and good evening to one and all on the net. It's good to be with you. I'm working daytimes. I'm working days this time around, so I get to go home and enjoy dinner and check the net at night. Yeah, it's Beloit. Bravo, Echo, Lima, India, Oscar, Tango, Beloit. It's a French word, actually, and to give you some perspective as to where that is, I'm about 18 miles away from Janesville, which is to my north, and a little bit further to west of here is Madison, which is the capital of Wisconsin, so south central Wisconsin. But anyway, I may not be in Alabama, but I'm there in spirit. I got my baseball cap with the big red A on it, and I've got my Crimson Tide shirt on, too, because I knew that that was going to be this Thursday, so I figured, well, why not dress appropriately there? All right. For trivia, I'm going to say the following. Question number 1, I'm going to say Herbert Hoover. Question number 2, I'm going to say Walter Cronkite. And question 3, K4LIB, well, I believe that's Arthur Godfrey. And, of course, a Roll Tide. Billy, back over to you from KC4ZYC.
Righty, Howard, I got you down for Alpha Delta Charlie and a Roll Tide. Thanks for being there, and glad you're able to hang out with us a little more tonight. Didn't have to rush to get back in from your lunch break. Being on days, I guess that makes it a little easier for you. All righty, last on my list here is Kilo Echo 4 Hotel Alpha Jim Indicator. HA, you still with us, Jim? Jim. All righty. Do we have any additional late check-ins? Any other check-ins to the net? Please call now.
Contact.
Station contact. Go ahead.
This is WA4AQW. Billy, I think I misread my handwriting here, and I gave you the wrong answers. My trivia answers are Alpha, Delta, Charlie. Again, Alpha, Delta, Charlie with the Roll Tide. I'm sorry there. Over.
I may have wrote it down wrong. I got you down for Alpha Delta Charlie and a Roll Tide. Do we have any additional check-ins? This is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Any late check-ins, please call now.
This is Alpha Charlie 4, Lima Alpha, Pete, here south of Huntsville.
Pete, I was wondering where you was at tonight. I knew you was missing off my list, so go ahead, Pete. Did you hear the trivia questions, or go ahead with your comments?
Yes, Billy. Yeah, I had to work a little late, so I got in right as about 15 minutes into it, so that's what happened. I'm going to go with Alpha Delta Charlie. I'm not sure about the first and third, but I know Walter Cronkite was a ham. I think he had a 1-by-3 call, if I remember. And I think it was a 5 call. Excuse me, I could be wrong. Years and years ago, I went by where his house was. He was living in California, I think, and he had a house kind of overlooking the freeway, kind of up on a hill, and I think I even saw his towers and stuff up there. Really nice location he had. Anyway, that's all I got. Sorry I was late. AC4LA, back to you, Billy.
Better late than never, Pete. Glad to hear you in there tonight. I got you down for Alpha Delta Charlie and a Roll Tide, and thanks for checking in with us. Alrighty, any additional late check-ins or any rechecks, please call now. Nothing heard. I'll go ahead and give the answers to the trivia. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by way of the Roll Tide, and then we have 2 overachievers tonight that got all of the questions correct and a Roll Tide. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll give you the answers to the questions here. Let me let this thing reset. Question number 1. What U.S. president's son was also the president of the ARRL? That would be C, Dwight Eisenhower. And I don't know his son's name. It didn't put that on here. But it was Dwight Eisenhower's son was also the president of the ARRL. Question number 2. What famous TV news anchor was an amateur radio licensee? That would be D, Walter Cronkite. And question number 3, a very well-known radio and early television personality, also known as K4LIB on the amateur bands, was Arthur Godfrey. So, Mr. Owen, give him the big head tonight, and Russell and Chelsea were both overachievers tonight, which got all 3 answers correct and a Roll Tide. And then looks like Perry, David, and Tony, and Howard, and Pete all got it by virtue of the Roll Tide. They only missed. A lot of people gave me A's for the very first one, gave me Herbert Hoover. But other than that, they had the other 2 right. They just got that one wrong. And that one was a little tough. I did have one more I was going to throw in there, but I'll save it for later, and we'll see how well y'all do. But most people done okay tonight, but I stumped quite a few of the younger people. I don't think they had a clue. Alrighty, this is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Do we have any other Anything else this net can do before we close? All right, my computer went to sleep here, and I don't remember the end of the thing, but I'll try to close it out here. This is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot with the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. I'd like to thank all participating stations who participated in the net this evening, and everyone who stood by while we were running this net patiently. Let's get the time here. At 8:55 p.m., this net is closed, and all repeaters and nodes are returned to their normal operating status. This is Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot, and this is the end of the net. Roll Tide.
AC4LA, AC4LA, W4LFG.